name's Veronica Powell. Welcome to Soulful Warrior Collective. Thank you for joining me today in this class, this 45-minute class, yoga shred class that I have decided to call Electrify Your Body. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to fire up from the inside out so that we glow and we radiate. We get our heart rate up, metabolism boosting with all of these lovely yoga shreds, which are designed, these drills that are designed to rev everything up, to sort of get connected and activate through our inner fire from this core, deep core center, and then express out. So these yoga shred drills, if you don't know, are high intensity interval training based, so with Tabata timing of 20 seconds of good solid work and then 10 seconds of rest. And we will be doing 8 rounds per drill, and there are 3 drills in this class today. So I'll be here with you, guiding you through, so don't overthink it. Let's just get to it. So there's a couple of things I mentioned. Hand weights, always optional if you want to take it up. If you're brand new to this shred, maybe you want to put those aside and get that form and great alignment first. I also have 2 blocks, always optional, love a good block. I would like it if you have 1 block, because we will be using it for something. If you don't have a block, then a rolled up towel or supportive cushion, something along those lines would be great. And put that off to the side for the moment. Also, another prop, it's all about the props today, is this strap. I have a yoga strap, and if you do have a yoga strap, then you can make this little loop at the end. If not, you know, dressing gown tie, a belt or a scarf, something that you can just use for a little resistance. That will be something that we're going to get right into. So some water, have some sips of water as and when is needed. And I'm always encouraging music. I love some music when I do my own practice. I won't be playing music so that you can hear me nice and clearly, but that doesn't stop you. You get your groove on. And come to this mat. So here we are. Let's turn onto our sides, take the long edge of the mat, and then bring your strap scarf with you and come onto your backs. This is where we will begin. And I'd like you to extend your legs for a moment. Just feel the ground beneath you, the ground that is supporting you, and from there we rise. Bend your right leg in. You can also bend your left leg in if you like, and just gently bend that in as you see, and then put the loop, if you have the loop, around the ball mound of the foot. If you don't have a loop, then just bring either side of the strap around that ball. Extend your left leg, bring your right leg and extend that too. So with a gentle pulling in of the strap, so my foot is flexed right now, and then I point. We're going to do 20 on each side, so let's begin. That would be 1, and keep on going. This is just warming up through the arches. I'm counting in my head. So just breathe, start to get in contact with your breath as you start to feel the activation through your arch, which is where that deep core line begins. That's 12, 13, so start to find that lovely movement. 14, 15, we have 5 more to go. Feeling that resistance. When you pull, 2 more, 18, 19 and 20, and just loosen off on the strap and feel the feet, and maybe just give them a little movement there. Then bend them in and remove that strap and put it around your left foot, round that little ball mound, and then bring both legs out nice and safely, and feel that position first and begin. So you're flexing and pointing, and by pulling the strap with that little resistance, you can feel the movement. You can feel it in your calf. Just waking up the fascia in the foot will be on those feet. So we want them to be nice and warmed up. It's a nice way to start something. Nice thing to do throughout the day. When the feet get tired, when the legs get tired. And if I'm right, that's 10. Go with me. And just enjoy that little movement. A movement that we don't really do very often. Tend to just be on the feet, but maybe not move them around like this. We have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just release the strap a little bit. Maybe shake those feet out, and then draw both feet in. So sole of the foot on the right down, and then take that strap off. Move that off way to the side. We won't be using the strap again. And now from here, widen the feet a bit and just take a little windshield wiper, which is the knees going either side. Nothing too dramatic. We're still at the very beginning of this class. And then come back into a nice central position. Place your hands on your belly for a moment and let's get in contact with that breathing. So inhaling through the nose and then feeling, nice to put your hands on your belly here, feel an inflation of the belly, inflation of the rib cage all the way around, and then on your exhale, drawing from that pelvic root, your exhale either out the nose or out the mouth. Feel the abdominals and the core come in and up towards the rib cage and release. So sometimes it helps to visualize, maybe imagine a flame widening and expanding as the belly naturally inflates. And on that exhale, either out the nose or the mouth, your choice, exhale, that flame goes in and up and radiates through the body. So starting with that idea of heating ourselves up, that's why a flame can be a nice visualization, through the solar plexus, down and around, all the way 360 like a sun in the belly, and that heat. And on the exhale, then come into neutral. And with your natural curve of the spine, but there's engagement through the whole belly. Very nice place to be. And now from here, take your knees over and push yourself all the way up and come into a nice V-sit position. Find those sits bones. And then from here, lift up in a lovely way. Feel that lifting through the body, pushing down into the sits bones. Lift your right leg and then maybe lift your left. You can bring them together here and hold, and maybe release the hands for a moment. And from here, back underneath. Inhale, you can keep your hands here or find yourself in this nice position. Inhale, extend, exhale, lifting up from that root area. Lower abdominals, core engaging. Head in line with spine, shoulders nicely placed on the back. And just take 5, 4, a little bit faster, 3, 2, and 1. And then come in this nice easy pose and just gently ease down on the knees, and you'll feel a nice release. The hip flexors cling on when lower abdominals are working. That can often happen, so we're releasing them. On this one, I would like you to come all the way down onto your forearms. Bring your feet together. Inhale, find that position so you're not dipping in to that back. Find that natural, beautiful alignment we just went through. So exhale, roll over. Inhale, exhale. So you can find the breath here, but you are extending, you're lifting through the core all the way through. So as you roll over that sacrum, you can extend, you can keep your legs bent, so it's a little, just a little flick out, or you can try for a little bit straighter, but keep a softness in the knees. We're still in the early stages of warming up. This is a bit like the old sort of can-can or synchronized swimming. Find a nice place there that warms you up, and then from here, come all the way around, and again, take this wave. So the breath, feel that movement as you push down in the sit bones and rise through the body. So starting to really electrify through that body. Find all fours. Back those shoulders away from the wrist. Give yourself space. On your inhale, slide hips, slide yourself back, elbows bend, and then pushing into the earth, lifting through the core, lifting up so front body comes into back body, then pushing through the fingertips and finding that nice expansion through the shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale. So think about everything pushing into the earth, and from here we rise, lifting front body, protecting lower back, coming all the way down, and then finding that gorgeous space there between the shoulder blades. Find a nice neutral position, tuck your toes, and then from here, inhale, back. On this exhale, push into the earth, lift the knees off, and slowly and controlled come into a very nice bent downward dog. I say very nice because it's so nice when you bend those knees, push into the earth, and slowly warm up through the body in a very natural, holistic way. Find that pedaling from here. Inhale, bend. Exhale, wave out. So feel all of that core line, come all the way up to the high plank. Crown of the head pointing forward, knees down, so in this lovely diagonal. Lift up from here and just take the softness through the elbows. The elbows are going to glide along your rib cage as your pelvic floor comes down, lower belly, and your shoulders are nicely aligned and ready for a cobra. Take a little roll here. Inhale, fill the belly, feel it in the ground. Use that physical awareness. Exhale, lift the belly away. As you lift away, engage that core so that you can come up in this lovely cobra, be it down here or further up. From here, push into the ground, lift up through the core, downward facing dog. Take a little pedal, pedal, pedal here. Inhale, bend. Take the right leg high, hips nice and parallel. From here, just take a moment, bend the elbows, bend the knees. See how much bend there is as you exhale, lifting knee up to chest and then lift those hips up. Find the space and bring right foot behind right hand. From here, take a little moment, backing away, pushing through that front heel, maybe even lifting those toes to see how much you can push into the toe mound, finding your position. And then in this beautiful wave, find an extension, waist through the crown of the head. Bend that back knee on the exhale, really important. As you come up, unhinge, all the way onto this nice foundation. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands at heart center. Extend the leg, extend your arms forward, lifting away from the thigh. Exhale, bring your hands down, keeping your left hand on the ground. Opportunity for a block here if you wish, or you can come up on your fists or a nice tented fingers. From here, bend your back knee and then push into the earth and feel that wave as you open. And you're twisting from the chest and opening up here. Exhale, bend all the way around. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. So see these circles? You can take the opportunity of sprinkling some glitter or whatever, the energy, but feel it all the way through the fingers. And then come all the way around. Hands down either side, and then bend back and see if you can use your core here to lift your right leg and then shake it out in that split tripod downward dog. Bring your feet, pedal, 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 find that neutral position. Inhale, bend your left leg, comes up to the earth, and then on the exhale, bend everything into the earth, lift up through the core, lift up through the hips. Feel that rise in space. Left foot behind, left hand. Back away with the hips, engaging the core, pushing through everything. And then from the earth, feel the firepower, the electricity through our body as we extend and exhale, bend, and then unhinge. You can also use your hands to come all the way up into this lovely aligned high lunge. From here, we rise like phoenixes out of the fire. Exhale, hands down into center, and then from there extend. Feel that nice extension, expansion, hands down. Again, block, tented finger, fist, find something that works, bend that back leg. From here, push into the earth and find that rising into this reverse lunge position. From here, exhale, all the way around. Inhale, feel the radiance. You can imagine a sun, a golden orb, flames around you, electricity bolts, lightning bolts, whatever works. Come into center, but keep your core lifted, twisting from the chest. Keep the firepower going. Come all the way around. Bring your hands either side of that foot, bend that back knee, and then find that ground beneath you. And with your core, give it a whirl. Lift up that leg, shake it out for a moment, come back into a nice downward facing dog. Inhale, bend here. Exhale, roll all the way out. Find a nice high plank here. This time we're going to try a little Diablo Asana. Warm up through the sides of the body. So take your heels over to the right and you inhale, center. Exhale, heels over to the left. Inhale, center. Over to the right. Inhale, center. Over to the left. Inhale, center. One more time. Right, little faster, and left. Come into center. Knees down. Lift up. And with a nice controlled exhale, take it nice and slow, pushing into the earth, lifting up through the chest. Nice and controlled. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, lift the belly, starting to lift off the ground. And then inhale as you open and expand through the chest. Exhale, push up. Come onto toes into the downward facing dog. From here, you can either jump or step to the middle of your mat underneath your hips. Whatever you're doing, take a little bounce here. Feel the freedom and the light as you fire through your body. And then come join me. Either walking or jumping. Take a forward fold, a little sway, remembering all of the joy and the movement through your body. From here, inhale, hands on the ground or the shins, extend from your waist and find this nice wave out to a flat back, head in line with spine. Bend the knees here, bend the hips back, slide everything back, push through the heels. And then from here, pushing into the earth, nice and slow, start to push through the heel, through the inner thighs, lifting through the pelvic floor. And find this lovely chair pose for a moment. Sit here, and then push, using those glutes as well. Come into mountain pose. Hands, one on top of each other on your heart. Take a moment. Now get your supportive prop. Excuse me. Supportive prop, maybe a block, and then put that between your thighs for a moment and squeeze your inner thighs in to the block and feel the power you have through that line, pushing through the heels, inner thighs. Really important to keep that strength through the inner thighs for the posture for longevity. Now slide everything back as we were in that chair pose, lifting up through your core. Now squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel that lovely positioning. Alignment is great. Holding on here. And now on your exhale, shh, rise with fists of fire. Sit back, squeezing through your inner thighs. Push through the heels. Exhale, shh. Inhale, extend back. Keep pushing through those inner thighs. Shh. Inhale back. Two more slow. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. Now, a little faster. Shh. Not too fast. You've got to hold on to that block. And shh. And then sit down. This time, we're going to count 5 all the way up. So, you can bring your hands here, out in front, hands on hips. Inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, bring them back to heart center. Loosen off and remove that block. Put that off to the side and shake everything out. Shake it all out. Flick off anything and rotate through your hands. Inhale and rotation. Take a little step as we prepare for the next section of yoga. So grab some water if you wish, just a little sip. We have a lot of activity, so just enough to feel ready for the next section. So first round, we will do some nice lunge kicking, lunge lifting, then lunge kicking. So 4 rounds on the right, 4 rounds on the left. You can have your hand weights. So get your hand weights ready. So find a position. You're not extended all the way back here and not too cramped in. Find something that works where your hips are nice and in between. Just like when we were in the low lunge and we were going back, find that placement. Pushing through the heels, pushing through the toe mounds. In fact, lift your toes up for a moment if you're in this position and just feel what it feels like to push, really push through that foot and ignite and electrify through the inner arches. Hands can be out, lower, or hands can be in. The action will be the fists of fire or push down, lift up. So you're coming straight up like a rocket. Electricity bolt, rocket, straight up. And then the last 2 rounds, option to kick out. In between, we'll take a little active rest, or you can take a rest, but you only have 10 seconds. Let's find our position. If you have your weights, grab those. come out in front, and let's go. So nice and slow on this first round. You're getting into the form here. So try not to lock the knee, keep it soft on the standing foot, pushing down on the right heel and lifting up. And you're exhaling, right? We have 5 seconds. Went so fast that first round, and up. So option to come down into a nice bow here, or to take a little more of a rest. Find something that works, keep moving a little bit. We're already into this second round. So you can see I'm going a more moderate pace here. And you can if you really want to find the electricity and the power. We have 5 seconds. A nice can be really good. That sound of the solar plexus. So you can take this Shiva bow, or you can move through your legs if you feel like they're getting a little tired. Find your position. Like I said, this is a kick on the third round. 10 seconds goes fast. Ooh, and sometimes 20 seconds can seem long, but we can do it. We have 7 seconds. Work through the fatigue. As long as there's not pain and you're working in a comfortable place. Shake those legs out. Comfortable being relative, I guess. But what I mean is fatigue, repetition, really great to work through. Find your edge and kick away the edge. Break through. Find the firepower. We are strong. And we are powerful. So really own it. 2 and 1. Woo, a little off balance there. It happened. Shiva bow down. Come all the way up. Find yourself on the other side. That would be left for me. Nice and slow. So find your position, foundation. So you're pushing through that front heel and you're coming up in the rocket. 7 seconds. Woo. Sometimes the weights need to come down. So always an option. Bow down or come in to put the weights down at any point. They can be a challenge. Find your position, which can be the point, but sometimes it's a challenge that we're not ready for. So find what works. Come a little more moderate. Start to find a rhythm. If you're not listening to music, 3 seconds. Find your breath as your groove, as it were. Also nice to come across the body. Can be nice on the outside of the hips. Coming into the kick, if you're into the kick. I like a nice kick. It requires all of that core balance. You're using everything here. Heart rate is going up. I don't have to tell you that. We have 6 seconds, but you are really engaging through whole deep core line all the way from your feet out, tongue at the top of that core line, but you are shining everywhere. Last round of this shred and kick it out. So if you feel really balanced, foundation is strong, then maybe you want to take it to somewhere new. Maybe that's a maybe that's more of a fierce kick. Controlled but fierce kick. Maybe it's a little faster. And 1 second. Wherever it is, we are done. So take it across the body. A little groove. A little dance. Activity is most definitely completed. First round, shake it out. Let's put those weights down, out of our way, and letting the breath naturally slow itself down. Come to the long edge of the mat, and let's find a little ninja lunge. I love a good ninja lunge. Keep the heart up. Send those hips back. Feet are parallel-ish, so knees tracking over the feet. The knees are sliding back, and maybe a little wave through the arms. We will be on our hands and arms in a moment, so get a little movement, come back into center, and find yourself in tempo. So turning your feet out, checking that your knees are tracking your feet, same direction, hips are back, but also that you're not squished over like this. Find that nice placement, and you're somewhere in that middle. You can feel it. You know your bodies. Listen to that body. Rotate through the wrists. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Turn your right foot out, straight ahead. Pivot on the ball mat of the back foot. Take that in. Keep a softness in that knee. Take the hips back. And then from the ground, really feel that lovely release. Inhale, push through the legs. Exhale. It can be soft. It can be fierce. Now into peaceful warrior. Take the opportunity to shower yourself with all the glory. We made it through the first shed, and we will make it through the others. Bend the back knee, coming round again, and just finding this lovely extension. And take this one, find the flow as you come all the way up into Radiant Warrior 2. Hands at heart center, come back through center, take a little ninja wave, something that feels really nice for you. Take these moments of expression to find yourself. Inhale round, inhale, exhale, hands at heart center. Turn your left foot out, pivot on the back foot and take it out, checking in with your knees and your position, sliding hips back, lifting up through the body, and from here, we release. Inhale the arms up. This moment of quiet before we get back into intensity. Take this peaceful warrior, and like a sun radiating around us, come all the way down. Forearm on your side, bend that back knee, push into the earth. When you bend through, it really fires up through those muscles. And you can feel the stability. Take this all the way round into Warrior 2. And from here, cartwheel with your hands down. Take your left leg back into a down dog. Come underneath your hips and then up onto your forearms as you slide the hips back. Head nicely in line with your spine. And then from here, massage those legs and shake yourself out. Another sip of water if you require. I've got a frog in my throat. Little dry, so I'm taking a sip of water. So you can have blocks for this one or no blocks. There are options. We will be doing 4 rounds first of a hop squat and then some burpees with that Diablo Asana move if you so wish. So there are many, many options. So the squat hop rather, is something we do I do a lot at the end of the burpees in my other classes. So it's just a simple hop up and down. Also an option is to come up. So you'll be just coming up. I say just, but that is a lot of work. Something that works, either the hop or that, or simply that good classic sit down squat and come up. Again, it's the same principle that you're shooting up like a rocket, straight up rather than forward. Then 4 rounds of the burpees. So sitting in that squat chair, hands down, stepping back into a nice bent leg, and then from here, right feet down, left, right, left, 3 times, like we did at the beginning. Come under your hips, then you'll sit back, and you can add that hopping that we just did. So prepping for this. It's a lot of great action, and we have 8 rounds in all. We have the 10-second starter. So I'm going to face you first, about hips width distance, sit back. So take it a little slower at the beginning. So exhaling. Notice that the legs are bent, the knees are bent. I am sliding my hips back, nice and slow. So you're either hopping with bent legs up, bent legs down, bent legs up, bent legs down, 5 seconds, or you're rising up onto the toes or squatting. Shake the legs out. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see the sliding back of the hips. Really important to keep a softness and bend in those knees. So from here, you can take it up a little. So sliding the hips back, coming into the position. You can do many things with your hands. Really think about those legs bending back and let the hands find some kind of natural action. I like this. And feel the control. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! This one builds fast. We only have 2 more rounds. So maybe try a couple of hops if you're not doing the hops yet. Try something, find something that works. So let's go. So you're lifting through your body, pushing into the earth in order to get that rise. When we push into the ground will give us so much back. So find the softness as you land, the lightness as you lift. We have 3, we have 2, and we have 1. Woo! Round 3, yeah? You can feel it. This is whole body electrification. Last round of this action. So, yep, there's fatigue and there is tiredness. How do we rise through it? Where do we go? The power center. We are shooting off the earth and we have 7 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woohoo! I'm gonna pause right there. Shake those legs out. Shake those. Take a walk around your mat. Keep it moving. Heart rate is way up. You can hear mine is. I'm right there with you. Just keep on breathing through. And shake out. And keeping your head up, your heart up. Keeping a little movement. And just stretch through those legs. And rotate through those wrists. Moving now into that burpee with an optional vinyasa. Always optional. First round, nice and slow. So find a position. Chair position. Hands can be here or out. First round, nice and slow. Step back. And from here, you can extend slightly, keeping a softness in the knees. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. One more time. To the right, to the left, in the center, step underneath your hips, arms up, and shh. So, a good solid 1 whole movement there. I'm gonna take it up a little bit. See if we can manage 2 in this next round. Hands down, step back from here. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Lifting through the core, come into center. Step back, step underneath. From here, you can add a hop. We're gonna jump back and we're gonna jump forward. Shh. Okay, we had 1.5. So we're working towards the end of this 4 rounds to be 2 whole ones in there. So let's go. So let's either step or jump back. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Center, you take it at your pace, maybe a hop. Let's see, can we manage it? Right, left, that's 2, that's 3. Come into the center, and whoo, yes. And just shake it out. Come down on your forearm. This is the last round of this shred. Come into center. So maybe step, jump, find your thing that works, right? Find your pace. If you want to work through slowly, then work through slowly and get this down. It's a wonderful exercise. One of the best you can do for whole body cardiotastic electrification. And that is it. Come to your forearms, keep the chest up. Come into center. Walk all the way up. Inhale your arms up. Exhale. Rotate through the wrists. Shake off. Take your legs across. Keep breathing. If you're anything like me and you're in this beautiful, radiant ocean that I am, then you are breathing through your mouth and letting everything slow down. Come back into that temple. And this time, we're gonna wave out. You can even trace your head with your hand, watching your hand as you go side to side, lifting up through the body and feeling that rhythm as your body starts to connect, mind, body, holistic, slowing down, in between, nice and in the center. Come into center, inhale, grab that energy. Really feel that force around you as you come all the way down. Then inhale, push through those heels, lift up through your body and come down. Inhale, And exhale. Then bend here and come into the ninja lunge. Next time you bend towards the front of your mat, come up and pivot on the ball mans of both feet. Come into center, step back into downward dog. From there, come down on your knees. You can sit on your heels. You can sit up like this, or you can sit all the way up here. Find something that's nice and comfortable. Inhale up. Exhale, rotate through your wrists. And now from here, inhale, open. And bring your hands behind you in a nice chest expansion. And lift from here. And what that means is, instead of just jarring back here and sticking everything out, you want to lift up from your core, feel it open, and then cascade down with a nice open grip, like so. And then gently ease those fingers away from one another as those shoulder blades naturally draw like magnets towards one another. Then release your hands, bring them down and swoosh, swoosh, swoosh your feet from underneath you as we prepare for our final shred here, which is our bonfire belly. So we will have 4 rounds of this nice bicycle crisscross and then 4 rounds of Shavasana sit-ups, which, as simple as it looks, is a great intense movement. So hands behind your head, right there on the skull, arms nice and open, chest in line. Try not to crunch in. That can often happen when we're lifting. Send all of that energy and intensity into this area. You're lifting up through, tailbone is on the ground. In fact, just roll there for a moment. You can feel that nice connection to the earth. And then from there, we can lift our legs up. And the first round, nice and slow, and I mean nice and slow, really feel that progression as we move through the 4 rounds. Keep a nice bent knee for this. And you're lifting your knees up. Inhale here as a 10 seconds of preparation. Exhale, just start to lift from your core and lift up. So the idea here is we're taking right over to left and vice versa. So we're crossing the body, lifting up through the core. Weight of the head is in the hands, trying to take the strain away from the neck, nice and slow as you exhale on the exertion. Like you're wearing a high heel, the toe mound taps onto the ground. And there it is, 10 seconds. Bring your head down. You can keep your knees up or you can stretch them all the way up. Find that position, lift through the core and then lift up. Now from here, we're going to take this a little faster. So keep a bent leg on this one and just feel what it feels like to take it up. Concentrating on form. So you kind of imagine your elbow going across, if you're in a room, to the corners of the room as your head comes into your hands. This time, stretch everything out. On the next 2 rounds, you can extend and kick out. Kick away anything that no longer serves. Come all the way up. And from here, let's go. So you're taking it up a little. Moderate to fast. So we had slow, moderate, moderate to fast. And then option to take it up really fast on the 4th one. So feel the extension. Make sure it's coming from this power center and then kicking out through the heels. 3, 2, and 1. Keeping control on the body so it's not flailing around when you go fast. Keeping that nice central core control. And here we go. Last round. So if your breathing is you're finding it a little tricky, maybe breathe out every other cross. Or ha, ha, ha. If you need to get rid of anything, now is the chance as you cross your body. 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Stretch it out long. Take a moment here. So arms overhead, legs are nice and long. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Bring those toe mounds together. You can have your legs wider if you prefer, but if you want to feel that real engagement through the inner thighs, magnetize those toe mounds together. And bring your hands behind your head. So nicely cradled in the back of the head. Keep the elbows nice and wide. And you're going to lift, nice and slow. So no higher than the base of the shoulder blades. And you're lifting through that midline. And you'll feel if your toe mounds are magnetized together, you'll feel that inner fire. You'll feel inner thighs. You'll feel pelvic floor. All through the abdominal wall. And come down.
and stretch out. The next few rounds, just slipping it in there as a surprise, we're going to keep going through the rest period. So we're going a moderate speed, if that's working for you. Always check in with the form. So the head wants to do the action. Send it down into pelvic floor, lower abdominals, a whole abdominal wall. That corset, everything is lifting here. Now I want you to hold for this one for 10. If you can, just shoulders off. Weight of head is in the hands. It's hard to talk and teach. So now we're going to just keep on pulsing. So these are micro pulses. They're much smaller. The intensity is rising. And you can feel the burn. Keep on pulsing away. So again, you may want to breathe out every other up if you're going fast, and keep on going. So go a little faster. Sound like a train, a disco express. Definitely the electricity is going through. Ignore the bells. We're working through this, right? So go through that place where you think you can't go. Just try a little more and see where that takes you. Breaking through the challenges, electrifying our body right here. Now hold for 10. You can bring your hands away if you like, and lift up just a little bit more. We have 3, 2, and 1. Ooh! Electrifying that body for sure. Inhale, stretch through the whole body from the toes, up through the midline, and shoot out through those fingertips and exhale. Whew, we made it. So stretch through the right side, about an inch or so longer, and then alternate over to the left. So feeling that exchange there of expansion through one side of the body, and then through the other side of the body, through the right, and through the left. And then with your hands, bring your right hand behind your left wrist. Walk your feet over gently to the right, so there's this kind of moon shape, and then you can ease with the underhand around your wrist over, so you're in this lovely crescent moon shape. So you're really feeling that lovely lengthening through the left side of the body, but also through the right, right? This is lifting up too. We don't compromise and dump into one side in order to stretch and lengthen the other. So let's just feel that whole body expansion. Come back into center. I always say where there is light, there is dark, and both must be respected. Come over to the left, so change that clasp, and breathe through the right side and the left. Finding that nice space and opening, and getting some lovely breath through there. And then come back into center. Bring your arms to the side and draw your heels towards your glutes. Take your legs out slightly wider than your hips, and just go side to side here. Whew, taking a nice moment, maybe putting your hands on your belly and acknowledging this amazing support we have. Sometimes we shy away from touching our bellies, but it's important to acknowledge all that we are, the beauty that we are. And this is where the electricity has really come from today, this power. So let's acknowledge it and honor it just for this moment here. Come back into center and find your position. So pushing down through the heels, arms, triceps, everything pushes into the earth as you start to lift through your hips into what I call a drawbridge. So this kind of diagonal shape, lifting gently, engaging through the core to protect lower back, pushing through the heels, pushing into the earth, making sure there's still space behind the neck and that the chin hasn't come down too far, that everything is working nice. You can breathe through this space and feeling this lovely opening here through the hip flexors. We're going to come down for the count of 10, really paying attention to every muscle in the back that touches the earth. So let's go. Hold this contraction, and as we count to 10, start to release. Very, very slowly release the muscles and think about that. So 10, 9, the hips are slowly coming down. 8, shoulders on the mat. I'm counting. This is 6, the rib cage is down. 5, the middle of the back. Arms start to release. 4, 3, start to release the glutes. 2, And then 1, the hips come down on the ground. And inhale here. Exhale, actively let it go. Take a nice windshield wiper and inhale, filling the body. And exhale, let the glutes go. Come back into center. Draw your knees over your hips and just gently push down on your knees. Feel that big bone, the femur bone, descending back nicely into the ball socket joint, neutralizing ourselves before we carry on with our day. Take a nice inhale and exhale, then place the soles of the feet on the ground and then the soles of the feet together, opening up your hips for a moment in a lovely butterfly Supta Baddha Konasana. Just bring your hands in a kind of a C shape to where the thighs meet the hips and give a little push into the thighs and feel that nice opening in space. And then from there, just massage those thighs for a moment. Get some movement, that fascia. Talk about fascia a lot, the shape of us. So important to pay attention to all of these things in our wellness journey. And then bring your hands to the outside of your thighs and close your legs like you're closing a book. And then from here, inhale. And on the exhale, just slide out and melt out into Shavasana or your choice of restorative pose. If it is a Supta Baddha Konasana, I suggest putting those blocks underneath your thighs to support you so you can truly, truly relax in this final resting pose. We made it. We have electrified our bodies. We have lit ourselves up from the inside and now we glow all the way through on the outside as well as the inside. Now we absorb this electricity and energy in this beautiful restorative pose. So get any wiggles out here and then relax. Maybe draw those shoulder blades towards one another, nicely placed and the chest is open. And scan the body, letting go of any tension. We hold on in the glutes, let those glutes go, let the belly be soft, let the arms melt into the mat. And the face, we hold so much tension in our face. So let the jaw be soft and the cheekbones. And feel a wave of softness come over through the third eye center, that place where we hold a lot of tension. Let that go. Let that wave melt across the forehead and down across the head into the ears. And let the head, the weight of the head, melt into the mat. With your eyes gently closed, we will stay here. If you want to stay longer, please do so. If you are coming with me, stay here for a few moments and I'll guide you out into the closing ceremony. If you're coming with me, start to become aware of the body. Run the thumb maybe over the fingertips, feeling that physical connection and wiggling those toes. Maybe a little movement through the ankles and feet and a rotation of the wrists. And when you are ready in your own time, draw those legs towards one another. And from there, extend your arms overhead as you take in a beautiful, fresh breath. And exhale, let it go. Really sink into that release. Where there is strength, there must be softness to find that beautiful holistic balance. Inhale, stretch long, and on this exhale, draw your heels towards your glute with bent knees. Draw your arms to the side and roll over onto your side for a moment, feeling the ground beneath you, and then rise up and find yourself in a lovely, easy pose, facing one another. Lift your hips up and back for a moment and feel those sits bones, that foundation, and then feel the rise in electricity through your body.
Inhale, draw your arms up. On the exhale, rotate through the wrists as the arms go wide. Bring your arms all the way round and then into heart center with the hands placed towards one another, holding the energy that we have ignited into our heart. Place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, and feel this beautiful line of energy that has been activated. Bow down towards one another and honor yourself and all those around you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for joining me on this electrifying, energetic, fierce journey today. Have a beautiful day.